like Carlton, where I do want that big life. I want the big house, the nice neighborhood, the suits every day. I want wife and kids. I want the regular American dream, the classic 1950s thing. Nice suburban neighborhood, good paying job, everyone respects me, everyone likes me. That is what I want. And I find myself...
You know I'm rolling, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I find myself very often, I'm just such a big contrast to the people that I'm at school with. My nickname is Grandpa. They all call me Grandpa at school. They all call me the president because they say I'm going to be the president in the future because the way I act so old and smart and like wise and stuff. And while I haven't gained any discrimination for what I like, everyone just kind of jokes about it like, oh, Andrew's so old, he listens to old music and stuff. I do fear for the day when someone does say, well, why are you trying to act all rich and stuff? And I'm saying, because that's the life I want. Because I do want to be respected and, you know, just have a good life. That's what I want.
Well, you know, richness is more than money.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just want that appearance, I suppose. I want that status. I don't want to be just another guy in the hood, I suppose.
And why would you want to? The history of America is a very rocky road. The picture that has been painted is a forest. You know what that means? It's not true. Okay? So when we look at our neighborhoods and we look at our youth and, you know, the hooligans and, you know, the way young people act, basically, there are other ethnicities whose children and young people are just as bad. No different from it, if you want to use that as a term, okay, to describe them. We are no different. Everyone should strive to do better and be better. I was going to say a joke like Shatner. Sorry. I was going to say a joke about the force is good with this one. The assimilation has worked. All right. Yo, you think that's funny, hey? You know, there's nothing wrong with what you strive for. And every child that grows up having to deal with pain and suffering and poverty, or maybe some level of that, should end up wanting to be more or strive to do better and be better. I said all of that to say, I don't see nothing wrong. No, not that song, but with going for your dreams. Be all you can be. The world is your oyster. And that goes for any and everybody out there listening. You know, one of the things when you first started talking sparked a memory in my mind of an author, Carter G. Woodson.
Of course, he's the guy that started Black History Month.
Yeah, but he also wrote a book called The Miseducation of the Negro.
You reference that quite often, yeah.
Yeah, I reference it often because we were only fed enough to work in the offices and on whatever plantation or whatever to satisfy whomever. You know, being prisoners of war and not slaves in America, we had to learn the best way we could how to get by. And the poverty that you see in the community, which is systemic, is by design, through redlining, with housing, with not giving, you know, opportunities to African American people in America. I can't remember his name, but his last name is Coates. I can't remember his first name. I don't have his book. I can't remember, but he talks about that when we talk about reparations. You know, that 40 acres and a mule thing. As a people, we have gone through a lot in America. And I know you have heard me speak critical of the leader of the free world, Mr. and President Barack Obama. But any critical analysis that I've ever had came out of love. In private. Behind a closed door. Right? So, let's flip the script. What you learned today, young man?
Well, I of course learned about the history of Mother's Day. I wasn't, but it was a little expected. That was something that happened in Europe, and then it kind of carried over.
Paganistic holiday.
Yeah. I expected it to be like England started it to celebrate the Queen being a mom, and then it kind of just like trickled down into.
But it started as a paganistic holiday.
Mm-hmm. That's how a lot of things start. Christmas is a good example of that.
Yeah, and like we say, everything, you know. Mother's Day should be every day.
Of course.
Honor thy mother. Mm-hmm.
Important thing.
And your father.
Mm-hmm. Next month is going to be Father's Day.
Yeah.
So we'll be having that. Look forward for that episode.
Yeah, that Always Love My Mama theme song that I played today.
Mm-hmm. Good song.
Yeah. And on Father's Day, I always play Papa Was a Rolling Stone. I don't think that's right.
Temptations. We'll find it like a good dad song.
Yeah. You know, we're here on the campus of Seton Hall University, and one time we had Dr. Ben, right, who was passed, transition. He came on campus, and he said that the woman is the closest thing to God. Now, I'm not trying to be sacrilegious or anything, right? But he said the woman is the closest thing to God, you know, according to his studies. And he said, you know, because a woman can create life. You know, God created life. And you know, so within our realm, what he was saying is, as human beings, so the woman should be put to the highest level of respect.
Now, of course, all throughout the world and all throughout history, it's been varied very greatly. Of course, you have Egypt, the famous Cleopatra, renowned as the greatest pharaoh of all time. Everyone knows her, everyone loves her beauty and everything, her intelligence. One of the great statues of history, as well as you have the varied ranks of queens in England. Our current queen right now, Queen Elizabeth. All those queens, Victoria and everything. So of course, women, it's been like a lot of ups and downs. Whereas here in America,
why can't he just stick to the sisters?
Whereas of course, like here in America, for example, it's only very recently that women have been able to get power. Of course, still no female president, which I'm in favor for. Of course, I don't see why a woman.
Well, they can make the same amount of money as men.
That too, though the pay raise, the wages, I believe, is $69 cents to a man's dollar.
Yeah, something like that.
Something around that. Women have been able to vote since 1920, so it's getting on 100 years that women have been able to vote, whereas men, of course, have been able to vote since America started.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. Okay, so you kind of learned about. Okay, so. The brother who was the young brother, what's his name?
Yari?
No. The young brother in the paper. You remember his name?
Oh yeah, Jordan. I can't remember his first name, but Jordan is his last name. So
okay, young brother Jordan down in where was he, in Texas?
Texas, yeah, Texas.
Yeah.
Gunned down by a police officer, 15 years old. He's just a year younger than me. Athlete, a budding athlete at school, honor roll student.
Like you?
Mm-hmm.
You an honor roll student?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Honor roll student. He had his whole life ahead of him. They say he was leaving from a party in a car, and I guess cop pulled him over and shot him. I don't know any of the specifics, but I do know he was leaving a party.
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah, he was. I think in the passenger seat. The police officer said that that the car was backing up, and later they found out through the body cam from the police officer that the car wasn't backed up, and the police officer actually lied in his story. You know.
But he is being charged with murder. I did see that on the paper. Yeah. He is being charged, so at least there is some justice going on here. But of course, the big issue is, of course, the underlying issue. Why is this happening? Why? Especially considering that now with all the measures and precautions taking place, body cameras and everything, I would imagine that the police rate with killing should be very low, because of course they always testify and it's always a lie. We have the body cams on them right there. We have bystanders with their phones ready at any moment to capture whatever's going on.
How old are you again?
16.
This thing makes you upset?
It does, because why is this still happening when there's so much there's so many precautions that have been taking place where this should not be happening?
Do you feel threatened?
I do, yes.
Why?
Because as a 16-year-old, I could just be walking down the street, just like Trayvon, just going to the store. I could be doing anything, walking home from school, and then all of a sudden, bam.
You hear that, America? That's not funny.
It's just weird. I don't understand this.
You feel like you can be a target at any moment, eh?
Of course. It's a scary thought.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you expressed yourself. Do you feel empowered here at Quest Community Vibrations?
Most definitely.
Then give us a wrap.
Well, thank you very much for watching Behind the Mic, of course. The short segment where we discuss what we did today on the radio behind the mic. We got that. We'll be posting this on YouTube, of course. Please subscribe, comment beneath. There's something I want to do with your permission. A few YouTubers of mine, this is a pretty cool idea. They actually have a keyword at the end of the video where people comment underneath the keyword, and it basically proves that you saw the whole video. So it's like a little interaction there. Okay. So the keyword for today, I suppose, justice. Let's make the keyword justice. So if you saw the video all the way to the end here, comment the word justice beneath and talk about justice. How do you feel the Jordan case went? Trayvon Martin, do you feel that there's justice here in America today? Just anything about justice. Comment that underneath. We'll be reading them. I'll try to like or something. And thank you for watching Behind the Mic. Of course, you can catch the radio show live every single Saturday, 9:30 to 10 in the morning, 89.5 FM, WSOU, Seton Hall Radio. We'll be posting this on YouTube, yes. We'll catch our Facebook Live, which we also do during the show. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, shout out to Miss Joyce Smith Carter, Miss Barbara Jane Gator, later known and brought me in the world, Barbara Jane Bay. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day.
Peace.